Disclaimer, all stunts performed in this video are done in a controlled professional environment where no one is able to get hurt.
YouTube, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Johnny LSX. In this video, we're going to be taking the motor off of my crew cab Sierra. We just finished dropping off the transmission to TCR. Also went ahead and supplied all the parts, and I also went to the junkyard and took apart a transmission to get the 5-pinion planetary off of a 4065 to convert that transmission that's off of the crew cab Sierra into a 4060 into a 4065, so it handles a little bit more torque and power. Yes, I do know how to rebuild those transmissions myself, but luckily it was still under warranty from TCR, so he just told me, hey, just supply the parts, bring me the truck, and then I'll take care of it. But for me, it was easier removing the transmission, buying the parts, and dropping it off to him, so I still have the truck at the house so we could take that motor out, replace all the seals, rear main seal, front timing chain cover seal, oil pan gasket, knock sensor seals, intake manifold gaskets, O-rings, all that good stuff. Right now I'm headed to Harbor Freight to get some wheels because my cherry picker, one of the wheels broke, or mostly all of them broke. I've been having that cherry picker for quite some time now, for about 11 years if I'm not mistaken, and you know, it still works, everything, no leaks with the pump, but the wheels unfortunately gave out. Sirski, we made it here. Don't mind the truck, we are whipping my GMC Sierra S's clone. Damn, I was riding with the hood open, that's crazy. I took the wheels off of this one to put it onto the crew cab. Some light, she is dirty, look at that, my hands are right there. Anyways, let's make our way into Harbor Freight so we can get those replacement wheels. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to record at the store because they had the holiday spirit music on full blast. But this cherry picker right here, I've been having it for about 11 years and it still works perfectly fine. But the wheels unfortunately gave out. So as you can see, it's leaning towards the right. Yes, sir. And that same store I bought this over at Harbor Freight do sell the replacement wheels for it. So I went ahead and bought the wheels right here. Got 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm not going to install them right now because I'm not going to remove the motor just right now. We still have a lot of things to do to remove this motor out the truck. Shout out to my helper for today. We got my daughter right here, Penelope. While your kid is probably playing with the tablet inside. What are you doing, Penelope? Organizing the tools? Yes, sir. You got to teach them young, you guys. Stop giving your kids those tablets. Make sure you teach them how to wrench so when they get older, no andan ahí pidiendo chichi and people to help them on their vehicles. You got to teach them young so when they grow up, they could say, I learned this from my dad taught me, and all that good stuff. We are not the same, my boy. First things first is remove this intake. This whole piece, it's held by 8s. Don't forget to remove your sensor right here. So it's 1, 8, 2, and 3 right there on the throttle body. Let's go ahead and do that. Like I mentioned, you got your 3/8. That's tighten. Let's go ahead and loosen it up. Can't believe this intake was already loose. One right there, one right there, and the last one. Go ahead and get your flathead so you can remove your sensor, disconnect your sensor, just like that. Now that I have the air intake removed with the mass airflow sensor, I forgot to mention, I am going to be removing the grill. So when it's time to pull out the motor, the cherry picker doesn't damage or hit the grill. So I'm going to be removing the grill as well. But up next on the list is remove that fan shroud, which is this plastic piece. You got 2 10s on the top. You got 2 clips right here, 1, 2, and on the other side as well. And then we have access to remove that fan clutch right there, which is this one. And then after you do that, you want to remove the power steering bracket, remove your serpentine belt, and then after that, we can remove our intake manifold. And if you guys are probably wondering what this motor is, this is an LT 5.3, which is for that black crew cab that I got off of Jerry. This motor right here only has, believe, 80,000 miles. And I am going to be showing you guys how to do the DOD delete, AFM delete, and also cabinet. So stay tuned on that. That's going to be for a whole different video once we get to that crew cab. But just to answer that question for those that are probably wondering what this is. Anyways, let's continue. I did go ahead and remove the front grille because I didn't want to damage it, because I do have to lean over. So I got the serpentine belt removed. Up next is removing this fan clutch. But man, she's on there tight, so I got to do some Mickey Mouse, not Mickey Mouse, but a la Mexicana, how they say it?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I believe that's how you say it, la Mexicana. So usually what I do when I encounter this problem, I put some chicken wire right here through the back, and then I tie it around nice and tight so the water pump doesn't move. And then with my crescent wrench, go ahead and just place it right here and just break it loose. And that's how you're able to remove this fan clutch. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing up next. So I got my chicken wire right here. I'm about to use about this much. Let's go ahead and cut it. And I'm going to show you how to remove that clutch pan when you encounter that problem. So you grab your chicken wire, and then you'll find these little holes. You can see there's a hole right there. That hole. And then if you spin it around, there'll be a couple more. So we gotta find a hole. Go ahead and feed our chicken wire, just like how I am. Pull it, pull it, pull it. Go ahead and grab it. Make some twist to it. Want to twist it nice and tight. And then we're gonna be wrapping it somewhere where it doesn't get loose. For example, right here seems to be all right. Just like that. On the second attempt, I was able to remove the fan clutch off of the water pump. Number one was right here. It failed, so I added more chicken wire, and there she comes out. Ahí salió. Little fun fact, little trick. If you guys want to make more horsepower and your truck has this fan clutch, go ahead and remove it, and you'll see a night and day difference. Also, when you remove your mufflers, remove the muffler on the truck, and just instead of having a muffler, you go straight pipe where that muffler is at. You'll gain horsepower as well. And right here I have all the gaskets for that 5.3. We're going to be using everything except the head gaskets. We got our oil pan, front cover, rear cover, new exhaust. We got our bar valve, a new fuel filter, water pump, all that good stuff. So up next, what I got to do is just remove that alternator power steering bracket, disconnect my alternator, and then have this hanging somewhere right here so it's not on the way. Drain all the fluids. For example, the antifreeze, the oil, I'm gonna leave the oil on there. Once it's on the engine stand, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the oil there. All right guys, so I'm under the truck. We're removing the engine cross member. It's held down by 18s, but I just wanted to show you that the rear main seal was leaking. Look at all that. All that oil residuants. Man. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the flywheel now that I'm down here, because when I have it on the engine stand and on the engine hoist, it's going to be difficult to remove. So I'm gonna just go ahead and remove the flywheel right now. So in order to remove the flex plate, you're going to start with a star pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't use the drill first. Break it loose with a breaker bar, and then you can use a drill. So don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's the wrong way to do it. Always want to do it in sequence. So the same way you remove it is the same way you're going to install it. But when you install it, you're going to want to put some Loctite on these flywheel bolts and then torque them to specs. So if you're going to start with the top one, then you go to the bottom, then you go this one, then this one, and then this one. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's how you do it.
Nice.
Go ahead and remove this right quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and remove the cross member, take the 3 bolts left, and then start taking this bad boy off. Yes, sir. Look at that leak. All that oil right here.
You're done.
Damn. So it was the rear main seal that was leaking, because the oil pan gasket seems good. Still see the silicone on the sides. So it was this rear main seal that was leaking, and you can see the old Loctite in the threads as well. So we are going to be cleaning these threads out when it's time to install the flex plate back. So up next, what I got to do, like I mentioned, is remove this cross member for the engine in order for the oil pan to clear and come out. I got the chain bolted up from the back, and it goes all the way to the other cylinder head. So let me go ahead and get started. All right, guys, it's time to give you the last and final update. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera so you guys can check it out. Bam, and just like that, this puppy is ready to pull out. The only thing left to do is to, on both the motor mounts, is basically held on by 315s on the driver's side and 315s on the passenger side. Yes, I know you don't have to remove the whole core support to remove the engine, but I went ahead and removed it because check it out. Look at all that dirt, grime, oil stains. We have a leakage of coolant right there. Check out the coolant ports right here on the block. All nasty. So I went ahead and just took everything apart, and we are going to be spraying easy off on the whole engine bay, the whole core support, the whole engine, and cleaning it all up, because man, if you're going to do it right. And I mean, I am building this truck from the ground up, so I do want it to be everything nice and clean. Everything has to be A1, no Mickey Mouse, no half-ass jobs here.
My nigga.
But like I mentioned, all you have to do is pull those 315s on each side for the motor mounts, and then use your cherry picker like how I am, and this engine is ready to pull out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right quick and then get this puppy out.
Jesus Christ.
Man, these motor mount bolts were difficult to take off because look at that, they have Loctite all the way around. Man, I use this impact, I use this impact, I use the stubby impact. I had to just do it on mano. But man, those bolts were really difficult to remove, like I mentioned. Up next is just remove the passenger side motor mount bolts and just hoist this engine out. Man, this thing took longer than expected, guys. I ran into 2 issues. One being the motor mount bolts had Loctite. 2, one broke and snapped inside. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera so you guys can see. And just like that, this puppy is out. One-man team. You don't need a whole bunch of people to do this. You could do this by yourself. But check it out. Look at that. 1 bolt broke, 2 bolt broke. So I do have to go to the junkyard and get a new clamshell and replace the whole clamshell because there's 2 bolts that are snapped in there. But check it out. Here she is, pulled out the 5.3 with the complete engine harness. And I also did notice that this motor mount used to be a motor mount, and it is not a motor mount anymore. Look at that. She on. Man, this thing is filthy. Look at all these strip wires I was telling you guys. Look at that. Chales. Man, this thing is filthy. Let's go ahead and spin it around. Look at the back. Look at that rear main seal. All leaking. We'll go ahead and remove the AC compressor, the serpentine belt that goes to the AC compressor, disconnect the whole engine harness now that the motor is out. And the reason, you guys, if you guys are new to this video or to the channel, on my previous video that I uploaded on this truck had that P0651 code, which is electrical problems. And I just decided to remove the whole engine harness, go to the junkyard and get a replacement. So that's why I had to remove the engine harness with the long block. And not only that, I took apart the whole core support, so now I could fully clean the whole engine bay, remove all that dirt, grime. No mames, this thing's a mess. I am going to be taking that piece off and clean it, degreasing it, making this engine bay look better than what it is now. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this engine harness right quick, and then remove this AC compressor and then the serpentine belt. Now that I'm removing this engine harness, check this out. Look at this cam position sensor. All messed up. Check that out. And I also did notice that there's some studs broken in the heads. 1, 2, we have 3 right there. Look at that. So there's 3 bolts I have to be extracting. This truck went from 500 bucks when I originally bought it to, man, a complete project. The transmission gave out. That's the way I bought it. Fix it, gave out again. Now we discovered that oil leak being the rear main seal. I had to pull out the whole motor and then the engine harness because it did have electrical problems. Look at this connection right here. I don't know if it broke or it was already like that. Most likely I broke it right now while I was pulling this engine out. But enough talking, I'm gonna continue removing this engine harness.
Everything's gonna be alright.
Hell yeah, I got this puppy out in one day. Went ahead and removed everything. Look at that, coil packs removed, engine harness. Check out all that dirt and grime, all that oil buildup, that rear main seal that was leaking. Man. Well guys, it is time to finally wrap up this video. Hopefully you guys stayed and watched till the end. Hopefully you guys learned something new with this. In my case, I had to go to college and pay to learn how to do all of this stuff. I already knew how to pull out motors and all that, but when it comes down to like the electrical, hybrids, all that good stuff, I did have to go to college and pay to learn. And you guys are basically learning this for free on my channel. Well, it's time to wrap it up. Like I mentioned, don't forget to hit that like and sub button. On the next video, we'll be degreasing it, painting the block, and replacing all the seals. Anyways, like I mentioned, don't forget to hit that like and sub if you're new to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.